Hello again, it's Noob, and I recently met up with my friend Rick, and he gifted me this amazing box of locks, and I just thought, won't it be just a great video to go through this trove of awesomeness. So I'll move this. I mean, you can already see inside here. I have had a little look. I've just had a look to see what keys go with what. But yeah, just want to share the joy because this is absolutely fabulous. So I'm just going to move this over to one side. It's a weighty one, and just go through some of these awesome things. So this is a really nice start. There was so many cool lever locks in here, these lever padlocks. This is obviously an era insurance padlock, so I don't know if that insurance companies now say you must have an insurance grade padlock, or whether it's just has to meet some British standard or ISO standard. But this is an insurance grade lock, 5 levers, just a really nice 5 lever era insurance. And then look at this one, another beautiful vintage lock. This is the Belfry lock, and just a lovely little round bodied lock, piped key as well. So you can see this was a piped key lock. Don't think there's a key for this one, but then you've got a beautiful pipe key, very short sort of bolt and lever steps there for a little short keyway. I don't think I've ever picked one of these either, which is awesome. What's this? A gridlock, just a 6-pin Eurocylinder, kind of cool. Thumb turn as well. Don't know if I picked a gridlock. So many different brands of these. An Abus, but I don't know what model this is. It's a 3-star Abus. Looks very nice. Sort of that extra hard anti-snap bar in the middle, anti-snap feature to keep a pin or two on the side of the front of the lock if anybody does try to snap that. Another little thumb turn. An Unknown 246. It looks like a it looks like a 7-pin dimple lock of some kind, but I've no idea what that is. At least there's 7 pin positions, whether there are 7 pins or it's 6 pins, and something in here which stops the cylinder from rotating too far. I don't know, but that's very cool. Another lever lock here. This looks like a Chubb Cruiser. Not an easy lock to pick. And look at the bitting on this. Look how high the that'd be the 1, 2, 3, 4th lever is in this lock, compared to the bolt step, which is at the end. You can see here that's a really high lift, that one. Very interesting. I don't think I've seen a bitting like that on a cruiser. Tough to pick, those ones. Very high tension, or at least I find it is. Then this lovely Yale round body padlock. Absolutely love this. Had to check my content. I don't think I picked one of these. I don't think I own one of these. Love round bodied padlocks. They are amazing. What's this one? It's like a Merc, M-I-R-C maybe? I don't know. Definitely had a hard life. But very cute little lock. Don't really know what that's for or what it was used for. Definitely not standard sort of oval sized lock. Got a little kick cylinder here. Say little, it's quite a big kick cylinder here. Don't know much about this one, but also very cool. Another little era 5 lever. I believe it's going to be pretty much same as this one, just a more modern version. Maybe I'll do a video on the two, because they're basically the same lock, just one is a whole lot newer than the other. Again, piped keyway, and really beautiful, very new. Love that. Put that over here. So many lovely locks. Gorgeous all brass Yale. Isn't that just a beauty? I love all brass. Saying that, I think this isn't brass. I think this is phosphor bronze, if memory comes to mind. But absolute beauty, isn't it? I mean, it's just a classic, isn't it? It's a classic look and a beautiful padlock, and you can still buy these models, I think. what's this one? A Deseo? Might have picked a Deseo. Just a 6-pin Euro cylinder with a reasonable bitting. I have to check my content, but anti-snap. Don't know much else about it. It's a TSO 007 standard lock, 3 stars. Nice. Got that British standard mark on there, so 3-star lock. Not something we see very often in the UK. A Brinks padlock, Brinks commercial. Don't know much about this, but kind of looks cool. I like the black and the yellow, very waspy, like an angry bee maybe. A Bassi aluminium, like a Lotto lock. I don't know if it's a removable core or not, but very nice. Bassi are a German make, more sort of budget than a lot of others. A Master Lock 570. I have played around with a few of these before. This is an aluminium bodied lock. Now this is, I don't know the combination to this, but you'll see here that this is one of those locker locks. So it's got a combination on here. I'm not great at decoding these. I think you can decode them. But what is interesting is that these all have the same key. And I think I actually have a video where I found out what the key is and bought one. So if you have one of these, you can buy the keys for them if you search hard enough, or at least you used to be able to. I will have to find my key for this and see whether I can actually use the same key on this lock. A couple more dimple locks here. Don't know what this one is. It's got a very particular keyway, but I don't recognise it. And this is just an Iseo R6, I think, this one. Love an R6. Very common dimple lock. What next do we have? Oh yeah, a leg. So this is a very old brand. I don't think leg exists anymore. I think it's one of the Willenhall locks. This is a number 7460. I mean, look how thick that is. That's a lovely lock, isn't it? So yeah, this is an absolutely beautiful lock, this one. The key says Newman Tonks on the back, like a lot of these leg locks do. What's this one? Another. Oh, I wonder. It looks like, yeah, the same half of a dimple lock, but again, no idea what dimple lock that is. Still very cool though. There was a spare key in here, but unfortunately it isn't any of the locks in here. So I was kind of hoping it would be that era, but it's not. So I'll leave that away. What else do we have? This is nice. It's just a tri-circle lock made in China, but I really like this kind of like vintage handbag lock style. Really nice. Talking about handbag locks, I think, yep, there's this. It looks like a Vero, you know, the ones with a little check pin, but this is actually a Stanley lock, and it differs from the Vero because the shackle has a little cutaway here, and it doesn't have a key retaining. It doesn't have a check pin down at the bottom. I haven't picked this one, but I can't wait to give that one a go. I might even try to find my Vero handbag lock to compare it. A trio of trio rings. These are horrible to pick usually, and have usually quite, I think was it 7 pins, and usually nasty bittings. He says, looking at one which is incredibly flat. I wonder if you can rake that. I bet you can. Again, not too bad at bitting, that one. What about this one? Oh, none of these are too bad. Some of them are absolutely awful, real up and down, but 7 pins, and they're not easy. I can't remember what's in here, but some pretty nasty security pins. What else do we have? We've got a no brand little 38mm padlock, and oh yeah, it's an iron one. It looks like it might be brass, but it's not. That's painted. I've got a little bag of magnets here. Let's see if they stick. They do. So yeah, it's definitely a nice cast iron padlock. These ones can sometimes be shimmed, but no, I can see there's a little lip there. I mean, like a front shimmed. But it looks like it might be combable. Now, if it's combable, that's valuable to me because I collect combable padlocks. I mean, all the locks are valuable to me because they are all incredible and I'll have a lot of fun picking through these. But in terms of these unbranded locks, sometimes you're like, they're, you know, cheap iron locks are not going to be particularly fun to pick. But actually, it looks combable. And if it is combable, that would be really cool. Just because it's actually rare and rare to find combable locks. What's this one? It's an Escura. Is this Spanish? I think it might be Spanish Escura, isn't it? Spanish dimple lock. And it looks like it's got opposing pins, which might make this very difficult. Although, that being said, it all depends whether they're active or passive pins, but I imagine it's still going to be a pain in the butt to pick. A nice challenge. I love this. Look at these little Asa Abloy Lockwood. So these are Australian padlocks. Got a 11030 and a 120N30. Don't really know the difference, apart from maybe obviously a little bit of a size, but very, very nice and can be quite tricky. Lockwood love a tapered pin. A Tessa T60. These are super common across Spain and some parts of Portugal, but tough. The T60's okay. T80, not so fun. I mean, it is fun, of course, but in terms of challenge, an Avocet 15mm Avocet padlock. So Avocet are the company which ABS are, so you might know the ABS magnetic lock, and these are the locks which they produced or sold before they really got into that whole ABS market. Now, I like this because this is a Yale, I think, platinum. But you can see here, it's been cut through, and you can see how the pin chambers from down the actual keyway, they look like they come to a single point. I don't know if you can see down there. Yeah, a single point towards the key. If you turn it around, you can see that a bit like the Lockwood V7, is that what it's called? But yeah, the pin chambers are actually at an angle about 5 degrees, would you say? Yeah, and that's really cool to see because I don't remember ever having got one of those before. So it's really nice to see the insides of those. This I absolutely love because I just really, really like Vero locks. They're really fun to pick. Don't know if this one's combable, possibly, but really nice and probably a newer vintage lock. This one, really, really cool lock. I love Vero. Don't see as many around as maybe I used to. Yep, this is a Yale. So where's that little cut lock? So yep, there you go. That is the front of the same lock, but you can see from the inside how those pin chambers are drilled. Super cool. I wonder how they assemble these. One of the pins are like loaded in from the side. Interesting. Never really thought about that, but maybe. Never have enough of these Yale Superiors Platinums. What one's this one? Is it the Superior or the Platinum? Superior. And no, I can't remember the difference between the two. This one's really cool. The Flex Core, Asa Flex Core. So this is the Asa Ruco Flex Core. It used to be called the Ruco Flex Core. Ruco Danish, I think, and pretty sure. And the Flex Core was for the non-domestic market. So I think somebody who knows a lot about Rucos will probably chime in. So yeah, if Rune or Oceanaut are there, they'll tell me. But yeah, very, very cool. Really like these. And quite a fun pick as well, from memory. I don't know if I've ever picked the screw-in mortise cylinder version of the Flex Core. I had a Euro cylinder or two. A classic integrator, from what I can tell. And these are always super fun to pick. If you ever picked a multi-lock integrator, super nice locks. So many, honestly, like, can you imagine getting this as this is oh wow. Ah yes, this is the T80. I have picked one of these. I remember it being a real challenge, and I can't quite remember why, but Tessa don't mess around. I've always given a lot of respect to Tessa as a company. They do some beastly locks. So that's a T80. Don't know what this one is. Is it a 6-pin Euro? Cut Euro? No markings on it. Don't really know what it might be, but it's very cool. Stay. This is a bit precarious now. Might have an avalanche at some point. An Abus, and I don't know what this is, but I think it might be a C83. It looks very C83, but Abus makes so many locks. It's really hard to tell, but Abus are always a fantastic value pick, I find. Certainly, if people ever start lock picking, they've got through like a number of master locks, always go for Abus. That's the next one. This looks like another Escura. Yeah, I think it's an Escura 5X. Is that the one? It looks like an Escura. Is that the Escura sign? That one there? Like a little key with looks like a factory on there. I think that's an Escura. Then it says on the key EZ5X. So very nice. A whole bunch of dimple locks as per HS3, HS1, as per HS1. I say R6 again, really cool. And Escura, yes, it is Escura. Look, see logo. Escura DS15. Escura DS15 again, and an STS Dom IX. Dom, oh, why are they so hard? What else do we have here? Another ISEO R6. Awesome locks to pick, that is. There's a lot of tools out there to pick these now because they're so common. A UChem and Zeiss Icon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Is that a 7-pin? Could be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It could be a 7-pinner. Looking at that, if that's where the key goes. Maybe, it could be 6. I'll have to count them. But yeah. Ooh, gnarly keyway. Yeah. ZI Icon, Econ locks, whatever. They can be really tough. Oh, this is deceptively light. This is like really light. Is this aluminium? Yeah, so it's a weatherproof lock by Abus, but like this is so light. So definitely aluminium bodied lock. I don't know if it's one of their titanium range. And you lose keys and things, but then this tool as well, which is really cool, which is a Goso. It looks like a dimple pick set. So it's got a little turner here on the key ring, and then you've got these picks. You've got a couple of like, well, that's like a hook pick, and then these ones are sort of like dimple flags. Very rough though. Look at the size of that one. Surely that needs some finishing. It's like that could span 3 pins. But I've never seen this one before, and that's really cool. You probably can't buy it anymore. It's probably like quite an old lockpick tool. So definitely have to give this one a go. Be cool if I can get like a lock open, even if it's not a very good one with this. Absolutely love it. So yeah, it feels like my birthday. It's absolutely amazing set of locks. A whole bunch I've never picked before. Some ones I have picked that I will pick again just for the challenge and the fun of the hobby. And a whole load of just amazingness, really. Yeah, absolutely love it. And thank you, Rick, for sharing this whole bunch of locks with me. I just know I'm going to have the best time with these. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that little video. If you did, leave a like. Have any comments about these locks, leave them below. I read all the comments and reply to as many as I can. Otherwise, stay safe, happy picking, and see you all next time.